People. Que pasa, sakpa, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. First thing that is popping in the news, we see say, Popo Noel Maitland, he is scheduled to go to court today. He has an official bail hearing. At a bail hearing, after hearing the side of the prosecution, DPP, and his lawyer, the judge in the case will make a determination based on her or his knowledge, expertise, and the mitigating factors of the case, whether the case is strong or not, whether the suspect is a flight risk, whether the case look sticky upon the suspect. So therefore, if him get a bail, more than likely, he is going to take for himself. More than likely, him a go take for himself, literally. People, that is for the judge to make that decision. However, you know, so the DPP are going to give his or her side. They are going to say, listen, you know, say, we have somebody, a witness, we go pick up a couch, drop off a couch. You know, say, we have the BLOOD splatter, pan the shoes, pan the curtain, in the house, in the car, wherever. You know, say, the man did I tell the people at the apartment for life him, me I talk about the security. You know, say, him pretty much did I bad up him neighbor them, and I tell the neighbor them, so listen, me I go want to see the footage of those cameras from different angles, at least 2 people. You know, say, she was the last person in who he was in her presence, vice versa. You know, say, the mother see, when him come for the house, you know, say, family member say, you know that the evidence is overwhelming. However, people like them say, there are always 2 to 3 sides of the story. May I talk about the DPP prosecution? I am speaking about the defense, the lawyer representing Mr. Noel Maitland, and I use Mr. loosely. And then you have the truths, or the decision maker, which would be the judge. Now you know that the lawyer for Mr. Maitland has been saying, boy, the prosecution case look weak. Them now have nothing for my client. However, people, whenever you get retainer, especially high-profile lawyer, and that retainer is in the millions, it is pretty much peer pressure for that payment, meaning that it is going to drive him to say anything that is in the best interest, whether the evidence against his client dictates or shows that he is pretty much going to be in denial. So therefore, him a go say whatever he needs to say that is in the best interest of his clients and people. With Sister him lawyer, he has been talking a whole lot of ish, mostly BS, point blank and period. So therefore, the judge, who they say is supposed to be wise, will have to make that decision. Now, people, here is where I get very concerned when it comes to Jamaica. Most of the crimes that we see being perpetuated in Jamaica, most of the people that are taking away people are some people, not 100% of the time, but a whole lot of the time, which is very concerning. They have been out on condition of bail. They have prior history. Them have prior crime. Those crimes are not some petty crime. May I talk about serious. May I talk about pie. May I talk about takeaway. So therefore, when these judges that are making these decisions see that and still grant bail to a known criminal, why would we feel otherwise for a man that is just a suspect? Based on the rules of thumb, the rules of the law, it says that a man is innocent until proven guilty. So therefore, at this point, Mr. Noel Maitland has 0 conviction on his name. Yeah, a whole bunch of allegations, accusations that are damning and convincing. However, he is still an innocent man based on what the law says. And also, what is even most importantly, it is not what you've done in a Jamaica, is who do it, who you know, what type of position you hold. So therefore, if you're a politician, if you're a police, if you is a rich man, the rules, there's a real double standard. Vast, it is polar opposite than it is for the average man, the average Joe, the average Jane. So people, me just say, based on the recent history of what we've seen of this justice system, hope for the best, however, expect the worst. People, it is a travesty what is going on in Jamaica. It is very sad that this lady, her family, that have been out and about, and everybody that is advocating for justice for this lady, people, me just say, more than likely, we are going to be very, very disappointed. Point blank and period. Now, the next thing that is popping in the news is that we see that the executive director of the Broadcast Commission says that it is banning any sorts of music that have anything to do with MOLLY, DRUGS, GUNS, takeaway, any type of violence, because it is influencing the youths. It is one of the reasons for the spike in crime in Jamaica. And people, while I might agree to a certain extent, there is something that I have a problem with. I will explain further on in the news. Now people, remember before them ban daggering music, we see that it was a 9-day talk. However, since then, things have gotten drastically worse, meaning crime, violence, people are lose them life, people are get robbed, rate, lele, blue, blah, bling. So therefore, I doubt that this is a 9-day talk, because it is easy to regulate things that are owned and monitored and licensed by the government, the relevant authority, meaning radio, meaning TV. So therefore, they have the power, the willingness, and the know-how to do it, and it will be done, point blank and period. However, I realize that the executive director of the Broadcast Commission, him kind of feel froggy, and he is saying that not only is he going to ban radio and TV, he going to regulate the internet also. So therefore, him and some international partner, he referenced Europe, they are going to do everything to restrict these type of music on social media, the internet also. People, is dancehall music negatively influencing the minds of the youth? Yes, because lack of parental guidance, because dysfunctional homes, picnic having picnic, the blind and lead the blind. Pretty much that is what is going on. So therefore, the peer pressure is easier to get to them because of the worthlessness in which they are surrounded by. However, there is also a next thing called corruption, meaning a fine place like Jamaica with so much natural resources, wherein the dollar is 150 something Jamaican to $1 US. So therefore, bad management has led or lead to crime and violence, poverty. So therefore, the bad management is also a reason. There is a history of these politicians, past and present, involved in all sorts of fraudulent activity that also contributes. How is it that they are not monitoring them, regulating them? Them have a free pass, a hall pass to pretty much FUCK Jamaica. So people, if you are the management and you're not doing whatever it takes to monitor the place and make sure say we take full advantage of our natural resources, make sure that people can have a decent living. Now, people, truth and the fact is that some people just thief, some people just lazy, so therefore them are going to do what them are going to do. However, when there is no example from the top, it is going to trickle down to the bottom. Well, you know what I talk about. So anyway, make that stay right there, so. Am I saying that music don't influence the youths negatively? All this barrage of criminality, shooting, this, that, you name it, that is what they are singing about, chopping, MOLLY, MURDER, everything negative is in the music. However, how did it get so bad? And people, this is the reason why. The music, which is trap or chop music, these are a set of people that are pretty much ex or present criminals that are looking for a way to launder the money. So therefore, the scamming money, the chopper money, they might use it and they want to make illegitimate or ill-gotten means be legitimate. Who do they go to do that? Them go to the radio DJ, them go to the disc jockey, them go to the selector of these sounds. They are the ones that are beating this music on a consistent basis in the head of the people. So therefore, remember, Jamaica and the world just got through some sort of pandemic. So therefore, people weren't able to travel. However, people were still trapping. So those are the ones that were able to pay these selector, pay these radio DJ to make their music go out there. So therefore now, this is the prominent music. However, at the same time, these people was trapping and should have been rehabilitated. They themselves was still using this chop money, not only promoting their music, but they were also buying GUNS. So therefore, I understand the stance that the Broadcast Commission took, and people, I am going to say that more than likely I am in agreement. However, like I said, it is not the only problem. Now, people, here is the thing when I say the director overstepping boundary or just a talk out of mouth. It is senseless. He said that he is going to regulate the internet. And people, who is the main person on the internet? YouTube. All of the other places, platform like that. YouTube probably being the biggest one by far. Who owns YouTube? Google. What is the search engine that the most of the world, the people in the world use? Google. So therefore, do you think that Google is out on some sort of moral and ethical plan? Or do you think that Google stays in business to make money? Money is the motive. Now, people, I am not saying that Google is run without any sort of morals and ethics. However, they are going to always look at their bottom line. Now, people, the next thing is that what is the most popular music in the world? It is called hip-hop music. Who are the most popular hip-hop artists? The gangster artists, them. The Little Baby. Nardo Wick. What you think them sing about? From the time them songs start, the audio to the video, it is nothing but tools. It is nothing but people lay down flat. It is nothing but BLOOD. So therefore, how is it at a place like America that promotes this type of music, them have for them crime situation under control, when they have the most influential artists out there? So therefore, me just say, the responsibility, the foundation that should have been set for these wayward youth that are now trapping the worthless mama and worthless papa, those are the cause or one of the reasons or the main reason for why the situation is the way that it is. So therefore, you cannot just use dancehall as a scapegoat. You have to look at all of the reasons that contributes to the situation that we're now in. And people, there's a whole bunch of problems. Dancehall is just one of them. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate video to the point, staying on topic, no beating around the bush, no sorts of buffoonery, show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is the way that YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible people like yourself. And remember, whenever you're making any sorts of progress in life, there are always going to be a set of vipers that their intention is to bring you down. They realize that their ceiling is in the cellar, in the abyss of hell. However, when they compare to you, they realize that your ceiling is in the stratosphere. So therefore, for them to look like they're up, they're going to always try to do anything in their means to bring you down. Point blank and period.